Indianapolis is really exciting right now. There's so much growth happening, and I think a big part of that growth is arts and culture, right? So I think that the arts plays such an important role in that, and the Art Center really takes pride in helping support, groom, grow, and cultivate artists and the culture of art in Indianapolis.
As far as our students coming from all sorts of different walks of lives, it's not uncommon for them to interact with the exhibitions and sometimes be quite challenged by them, or to have to think outside of their box. And so to come in and see something and say, is that art? Or what is art? I think it challenges their notion as well as gives them ideas. So the exhibitions live in a dichotomy with our education, and our students, much like our audience and visitors and patrons, are of all walks of life, but we couldn't have this exhibitions program without operational support in the form of donations. And so it may only seem like $5 or $10 to you, but if out of the 250,000 visitors a year we had, everyone chipped in just a couple dollars, it could make a significant, huge impact on our exhibition. So donations are really something that we clearly need.
Hi, I'm Miss Teresa.
Hi, I'm Nathan.
So, how did you get involved with art?
Well, we do art at our school. And I do the Edge after school program, and it was this thing called Art Reach, and I signed up, and we just did art and different things, and that involves art.
What kind of things have you learned in Art Reach?
We learn about colors and like ways to make it look better and put more texture into it.
Okay, so some of the elements of art, color and texture, and
yes.
Yeah, cool. So something else I understand is that you've exhibited your art in the Art Reach exhibition this year.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, I participated, and when they had the art show, they let us look around, and I got to see mine in here and some fellow other classmates.
Yeah. But now you were the outstanding artist for School 54.
Yes.
Yeah. So what was that like?
It was like amazing because there are like other artists out there at 54. And there's a lot of good artists out there. And I was surprised that mine was going to get picked.
Yeah, I was very proud of you too.
Thank you.
But I'm wondering, what kind of art would you like to try learning about? If you could learn any art form, what art form would you like to learn about?
I would like to learn about graffiti.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, and you actually got to learn a little bit about graffiti right when we went on the art bus.
Yes. We learned a lot about like how graffiti works and like the good way and bad way and how to control it.
So what do you think about the future as far as art is concerned for you?
Well, I feel like being an artist, I could be successful with it.
That's great.
And like if I really try my hardest and put effort into it, it'll work out.
Yeah, I think so.
So when you think about art, why should everybody embrace art and include it as a part of their life?
Art it's not limited to one thing, so there can be art in everything. So I know that I mostly draw and do work with physical mediums, but I also like photography, and that's like a form of art. And art is everywhere, so you can go outside or find something inside, like take a picture of it and hang it up, and that can be considered art.
I've learned a lot from working with teenagers. I've learned that they have so many ideas and they have so much energy, and often it just takes providing a platform for them to impress themselves and get to see how that kind of spins into more work and just creates a positive cycle.
Something that I really love about the Art Center and our exhibitions program is the fact that we are a vehicle for everyone to showcase their artwork in a professional environment. And so our own students and all of our Art programs, our SMART programs, our Teen Art Council, they all have this tool and this resource to showcase their artwork in a professional environment. For a lot of these people, they never even thought that they would be able to showcase their work in a museum or a gallery. So for us to be a space and a resource for them to do that is something that I think is a wonderful thing, and I think it's really a good supplement to our programs that we offer.
I remember the first exhibit a couple years ago. I think I remember that was the first time that you had displayed your art in a public place. And then I remember you being excited that your grandmother came and your mom came. Do you remember that?
I do. A lot of people came, and seeing them come and like see everything that like I've created and having my own say on what I've created was like really cool.
I was proud of that and happy for you.
Oh.
Exhibiting is something that I've tended to ignore for a lot of my art career, as a lot of artists do. We get into this creation cycle where it's just like make, and we never think to stop and exhibit, and that's how, you know, you end up with a house full of art that no one's ever seen. And so, yeah, exhibiting is crucial, especially if you have something to say, to get it out there.
By having a very prominent gallery space to show your work is a very important part of the artist's life cycle. We also bring our donors through the exhibitions and offer sort of exclusive tours with our curator, which we tend to sell some artwork on those evenings, and it helps them out because cash is absolutely essential to those artists.
We do everything that we can to support artists through our exhibitions programs. So whether that's giving them honorariums or stipends so they can show their work, or paying for their framing, paying for them to ship their work, there's a lot of different things that we do that help support artists. It's not just showing their work.
There's a legitimacy that comes from showing here that not a lot of emerging artists get a chance to get into, and it's a very welcoming environment for those types of people.
Frankly, if artists don't have opportunities to exhibit work or to make work or to teach or find work, they're not going to stick around. So where are they headed? Where are we going? It's largely up to the donor, because we need those donations to continue this great program.
Art education isn't just about the act of making. I think it's really about exposure a lot of times too. Living with artwork, being around artwork, and letting it sort of permeate your personality just by being around it. And I think something that's like the Art Center, where really all of our hallways are galleries, all of our public spaces are galleries. So to be able to go from one part of the building to another part of the building, or maybe dropping a kid off at a class, or walking in to get a drink of water after walking on the Monon, you're immediately surrounded by artwork. That even bleeds out into our arts park. There's 9.5 acres back there of sculptures and ways for people to interact with both nature and art. And that's a consideration that we do take into account, and something that's really important to us. How are people relating with art when they come to the Art Center? We really have a huge range of the type of stuff that we show, and because of that, we take a pretty big stance in not censoring artwork. We don't show artwork that we're just trying to sell. We're really looking at the artwork and the merit of the artist, and we're showcasing them through our space. We are open to the public and free 7 days a week. We don't charge admission for our exhibitions. So if you're somebody that really likes looking at artwork, there's not going to be a charge for you to come in and see the shows. And really, I think that looking at art sparks so much conversation. I think that's something that, you know, is deep in the DNA of the art world, is sparking a dialogue, sparking a conversation.
If you're coming to the Art Center and experiencing our exhibitions, if you're taking classes at the Art Center, if you're a business looking to attract talent, you really need to consider supporting the Annapolis Art Center, because our impact on the community is huge, and You're not going to find an as comprehensive art center in many places in the United States that also has an accredited, award-winning exhibitions program, often routinely scoring the highest ranks in the public polls around town as the best gallery space in the city. We provide this exhibitions program free and open 7 days a week, almost 365 days a year for anyone that wants to come and enjoy the beautiful grounds, the 9.5-acre Arts Park, our 5 galleries, this 40,000 square foot Michael Graves building. This is truly a unique enterprise in how accessible it is to the public and to the quality of artwork that we're bringing. And I just simply encourage that anyone that can contribute should, because you're giving to those that can't. But I asked this question, if this was gone tomorrow, would you miss it?